Like, I believe him when he says he's gonna do something, but that book really encourages you to travel the world or follow your dreams.
I did tell Violet, babe, we don't have any furniture, we don't have anything at all. We're living at our parents' house temporarily because we're getting ready to move to Dallas with Vanessa. And I told her, babe, now would be the time, not when we get an apartment or furniture. She said,
I'm all in, but I already told Vanessa we're going to Dallas. Like, I can't just bail on her. Like, I'm not the type of person to just bail on somebody of a big of a promise, because I know how hard it is. She's right here. I know how hard it is to leave home, and this is where things get super interesting.
But immediately I'm an optimist. I'm like, okay, fine. I love Dallas, I love Austin. We're gonna relocate anyways. Let's just do it over there right now then. We can build our digital income for 1 year, and we could just get a 1-year lease and travel after 1 year.
Viola and Antonio helped me move to Dallas. When I say help me, like, they did it all. I didn't pay for hotels. I didn't pay for food. I didn't pay for gas. I didn't pay for the trip over there. Like, they helped me. So they were really the rock in this whole situation. I was supposed to go to UT Arlington. That was my main goal in going over there. I withdrew from the campus thinking that there was something more.
So mind you, we're trying to be positive, like make it a good experience every day, you know, cooking and making the most of it. And I don't know if Vanessa is okay with me saying it, but she was crying like every day. And me as a person, like, I'm so not used to that.
I cried every night that we were there. And for sure, I know that wasn't healthy for me. It wasn't healthy for Viole. It wasn't healthy for Antonio. But Viole was there for me, like, through it all. Viole and Antonio were helping me, like, get out of bed. They helped me meditate.
I wasn't like too used to that, and I was freaking out because I just wanted her to be happy that she was there. Like, it was an adventure, it was a new experience, it's everything that she was imagining. She thought she would enjoy it, but that's her story.
We moved to Dallas with just our suitcases and the Hilton discount. I luckily was accepted by a Grapevine Hilton Hotel. Incredible people. I absolutely love everybody I worked with. If you guys are watching, Taryn, you're my man. You're an awesome trainer. But I was working Ivan's early in the morning, and then I would work at Hilton later on. Violet and Vanessa were out there looking for apartments, really nice apartments, rooftop views. We found one called the Alexan towards the end of the week, and we had paid the money, we signed up.
Antonio was working 40 hours, so it was from, and we only had one car, and we were looking for apartments, we were looking for jobs, and we were dropping off Antonio at work, which was like 40 minutes away, 30 minutes away in Grapevine, and we were in Addison. And so if you're familiar with Dallas, you'll know that it's about a 30-minute drive. With traffic, it's like 40. So we were just driving everywhere, every single day, like grocery shopping, finding a job, finding an apartment. So it's just really hectic. It was actually a great experience. We love Dallas. I think eventually, you know, we'll pass by there, or I don't think we'll live there. I think we're thinking of living in Hawaii. And I got a job in this like high-rise building downtown. Beautiful experience. Like, we got this apartment for a really affordable price in Uptown. So as you can see, we really were building a life in Dallas.
But Saturday we finally got to unwind, and we went to the farmers market, watermelon festival. Violet loves watermelons, so it was a lot of fun. Beautiful watermelon art. We ate awesome barbecue. Violet made a friend, and they say you don't have to watch the news, because if it's important enough, someone will tell you.
Because there was a mass shooting in El Paso, and it really affected our city, and it's actually really sad. So the way that we found out is the girl that I was talking to in the barbecue line. She came from all the way across the farmer's market. I saw her like rush to me. She's like, "Hey girl, like, have you seen this post? Like, look, there's a mass shooting in El Paso. Like, you just told me from El Paso." What was going on in El Paso? And then people to our left were like, "Oh my god, you just said you're from El Paso, like, look, there's a mass shooting." Ultimately, we get in the car and we spent like a whole hour just researching about the mass shooting. And so, you know, we pay all our respects to like the victims' families. That was like a really devastating time.
Vanessa was already trying to tell us that a shooting happened, but me and Violet didn't know it was a mass shooting where someone with an AK-47 was shooting down Mexico.
The people that I have on Snapchat are really active, and so almost everybody was posting about it. And then I told Viole and Antonio, and I was like, guys, there was a shooting in El Paso.
It was a crazy day. We sat in the car for hours just reading the news, There was live updates happening 24/7. We were calling our family members, asking if they were okay, because we had no idea who got shot. They were not releasing the names, releasing the bodies. It could have been anybody. Turned out Violet knew one of the families. Crazy time. It's important to document because those lives will not be forgotten, and things like this can't just be taken lightly. It's very crazy what happened.
And so the next day, like, it just didn't feel right to stay in Dallas. I was like, hey guys, it was 12 o'clock. Checkout, no, it was 11:30, and checkout is at 12, and they charge you if you don't leave the hotel by 12. So it did feel right being in Dallas. We did make the most of it, I can say that. And so I said, hey guys, like, why don't we move to Austin? And mind you, we had already paid our security deposit for our apartment. We already paid the administration fees. We paid the application fees, which was like $600 and like $80 per application. And this was a really big thing that we were gonna do, but it just didn't feel right. And I listened to my intuitions and I listened to like my instincts. Yole, the top of her head was like, let's move to Austin. And she made it happen. She made everybody pack their stuff up and leave. So that morning, Sunday morning, Vivi calls me and I'm crying again, no surprise. I'm crying, and then she was like, what's wrong? And like, we were talking about it, and then I was like, dude, I don't want to be here, like, I just don't. And so then she was like, dude, like, just stick it through, like, you're just homesick, like, be strong. And I was like, but I don't want to be. She was like, so where do you want to be? And then I was like, well, you know, I wanted to be in Austin. And she's like, let's move to Austin. I was like, no, let's just stay here. I'm dumb. And so then she was like, let's go to Austin. She was the first person to tell me, like, let's go to Austin. So I was like, no. And like an hour later to an hour and a half, Violet's like, guys, let's move to Austin. And I was like, dude, are you being serious? She's like, yes, let's go. So we were all looking at apartments. Like, this happened in a span of an hour. And Antonio goes and he checks out, and we had to be out of the hotel in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, we pack up everything we had in our little suite and we take off to Austin in like 30 minutes. And we make the 2-hour drive and then we get to Austin. Yeah.
So Austin's amazing. Austin is absolutely where we're gonna live whenever we come back to the United States. The river, the views, the sunset, the high rises, it was beautiful. We all got jobs again very quickly. The economy is just incredible. If you want to know how to get a job, just drop me a comment. I know how to get people's jobs. I know how to get jobs. It's just hard to find good people nowadays. We're establishing ourselves in Austin. We're waiting for Vivi to come because we want her to see some apartments too. It was gonna be us 4 in a 2-bedroom apartment because we were gonna go pretty high. Our materialism was starting to go through the roof. So the materialism starts to creep in. Violet gets a really great job. Vanessa got a great job. We're just waiting for Vivi now.
Austin is the best, honestly. Keep Austin weird. We moved to Austin. We found an apartment there. We paid the apartment application. Like, we were doing it all over again.
So now we're in Austin, and you know, this is everything Antonio and I ever wanted. Vanessa originally wanted to go to UT, and we love it 100 times better. The vibes are different, more hippies. I think kind of what we are. But
I'm a full hippie.
yeah, Antonio's for sure hippie. Yeah, but we like it a lot better. We're enjoying it, and so we did the routine again. Get jobs, find an apartment, and then Vivi is supposed to be our roommate. So we're just waiting on Vivi at this point to finalize an apartment. And Vanessa gets a job at an Italian pizza place, and I get a job as like an assistant nanny to a neurosurgeon practice. So it's a wife and husband. So, and Antonio's gonna work at Orange Theory. So again, like, we get our jobs, we're setting up our life, and we're waiting for Vivi, and Antonio buys her bus ticket for her and send her on a bus, because that girl will not like do things unless you motivate her. Love you, Vivi. This is Vivi. Oh my goodness. Sis. So when we we get to Austin, I say hi. Viola and Antonio pick me up. Antonio takes